What's going on? Welcome, and I want to say thank you so much for being here and joining me right now. Right now, you are the most important person in the entire world, and I don't want to talk about anybody else except you and trying to provide as much value as I can. Now, let me update you right now what's going on. So, right now, I got another job offer. As you guys know, because I know I've been posting more and more, I get my iPhone X tomorrow, which is good news because I'm going to be able to make a lot higher quality videos. I'm using my mom's phone right now. You know, you work with what you got, right? And the iPhone X should be tremendous. It's 256 gigabytes, great phone. I'm working at a sprint right now. I got that job. And, you know, all the hard work that I've been putting into myself as a person is like slowly starting to pay off. You know, soon we should have our company registered. It should be really, really nice. Right now my thought process is just like, you know, what am I gonna do next? Like, what I'm thinking is like building a sales force and training that sales force. And I've been getting really good at sales. You know, I've been putting, I don't want to say all my time, but a massive amount of my time into literally studying sales and like getting better at it. You know, it's a lot of work, but I love it because it all goes towards the bigger picture. You know, I want to be able to build a brand like the one that we're building now together that's really able to just influence people and change the world at a massive, gigantic, disproportional level. And that's exquisite in every single point of view and frame, because if you just take a step back and you really just see the world for what it is, you know, it's a beautiful, magical place where anything's possible. You know, Earl Nightingale, at least I heard from him, and he has had a great influence on my life, tremendous influence on my life, has said, you know, that we become what we think about. But not only that, he said this one thing, you know, he said this line called heaven on earth. And, you know, when we think about that sentence, heaven on earth, you know, it just makes you think like, wow, like what's your perception on heaven? Like, I'm gonna ask you that question. I need you to answer. You know, you talk out loud. It's cool, man. But, you know, you can drop a comment if you want. You know, you can start a conversation. It's all cool. You can share the video if you want to. Start another conversation. Drop another comment if you want. Like a like. Put a thumbs up. Subscribe. But I'm being serious right now. If you heard the term heaven on earth, what comes to mind for you? You know, heaven on earth, like heaven, just that term, heaven. Is heaven this place where we're able to, where when we die, we're able to have anything that we want in the entire world? We cross to the other side, all our dreams come true, we're able to create anything, it's just a perfect place. Wait. Hold up. Let me stop you right now. Hold up. Don't we have that right now? Isn't earth a place that when you take responsibility for yourself, that when you take responsibility, you know, that you can make your dreams come true, huh? When you start reading and educating yourself on something and you start building something, isn't this the place where you're actually able to do that? Like, if you want happiness, you read, you study happiness, and then you have happiness. If you want to be successful, you study success, and then you become successful. You know, isn't this a place where you can build anything? If you want a car, can't you get that car here? If you really want to build a car, can't you also build a car here? Huh? What about Henry Ford? Huh? What about Henry Ford? How's about Thomas Alva Edison? Who are these men to you? Are they nothing? They're the reason we have cars that are so affordable and lights that are so great. You know, even the movies and all that. People built this. These were ideas, ladies and gentlemen. These were ideas, ladies and gentlemen. Like, these were nothing more than something that some individual had in his mind. And maybe he gave it a little bit of thought and concentration. Maybe he didn't even know that it was possible, although he probably did. You know, and heaven on earth, that term, can't we just create all of that now? Now, I'm a religious man. I have faith in God. Now, if you believe in Buddha or anything else, I respect it. Isn't everything at the end of the day just love? Isn't the core message? Get along with people. Chase your dreams. Our time is limited. You know, Just be able to get along with what you have now and enjoy that moment. Not carpe diem. I'm not speaking about let me throw away my future and only live for right now. I'm talking about let me plan for my future. Let me set these goals that are important to me and valuable to me and that I find joyful, richful, and sustainable. And at the same time, let me make plans for those, but let me enjoy the moment that we have now. Let me enjoy this. You know, we're going to die one day. We're not going to be here forever. Like, we only have a certain amount of time that we're going to be on this earth before we go. We are a rental. We are a lease. Only difference is that we can't buy it. It's already ours. But it's limited because it does expire. All jokes aside. That's the truth, though. And you know it. We're not going to be here forever. You know, that's why it's our duty and our responsibility to chase our dream. You know, that's why we got to make our dream come true. It's because we're not going to be here forever. And that's the truth. That's why I'm trying to build NAZWorld. You know, for me, before NAZWorld, like, I didn't know a lot of things were possible, right? I didn't know a lot of things were possible. In fact, I didn't know anything was possible. And I made all the wrong decisions because I didn't have the knowledge. I didn't have mentorship, you know? And I didn't have happiness. And I would get these moments where I'd just be depressed and sad. And I don't know, life, I was just drifting by. And when you think about it, that's a sad thing because especially if you're in America, you get me? Like, we have the opportunity, if you're in America. If anywhere else, you know, there's always a creative way. Maybe you can come over here. I welcome you. You know, or maybe you can try to build something to improve your country. But, you know, if you're already born in America, like, my uncle just became a U.S. citizen. You know, he's been living here I don't know how many years, but he finally became a U.S. citizen. You know, that's, you know, like, that's beautiful now that it happened. But, you know, what about all those years and being here? Like, you're so limited. You can get kicked out for almost anything. You know, and if we're born here and we have a citizenship, you know, like, why are we just going to take it for granted? That's if we're taking it for granted, you know, but why? Like, we can do anything in the world. And I'm not just telling you this. You can test everything that I say. And in fact, I encourage you. Because right now, I'm building myself, okay? I am building my success. I am building my future. By these videos, by my actions, by my focus, by my work ethic. Like, I am building it. And, you know, and together, you know, I believe we're going to change the world. I believe that once I'm dead and I'm gone, NAZWorld will be a brand that outlives me and connects people throughout the entire world and is able to give people a spirit of positivity and love. Now, what we're going to do is something you're going to have to see. You understand that? But at the same time, do you understand the message and the concept that we're trying to build together? That's beautiful, okay? Like, we're able to help millions and billions of people not born yet. And that's what these people did. Like, if you enjoy Michael Jackson's music, or you're enjoying the lights in your house or the air conditioning or wherever you're at, and, you know, there's always something good. You know, even if it's as simple as being alive, there's always something good. Like, it can be health, it can be relationships, it can be your wife, it can be where you're living right now, it can be just being alive at this very second. You know, there's always something good. There's always something good. And I'll be very frank with that, because you're either going to be focusing on the negative or you're either going to be focusing on the positive. Okay, there is no in between. All right, there's neutral. And that's the biggest, like, that's probably a very sad thing, because if you're indifferent, I mean, you're not motivated, but you don't hate where you're at the same time. It's like you have your mouth like muffled and you're just there like this. And you're not moving. And you're not moving. Now, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Actually, I am saying that's a bad thing. But if you're happy, you're happy. But if you're not happy, why not be happy? Why not chase a dream? Why not make it come true in America? In the United States of America. A place where immigrants, when become U.S. citizens, can do anything. You know, anybody can do anything. Anything. Alibaba was made in China. Yeah, you know, like, the reason I always like this, I'm just like, was it made in China? I think it was made in China. It's a communist country, you know, but I think it was. You know, it's just the truth. Like, we see all these people that have accomplished great things, but we have that same possibility and that potential and capability. Now, am I motivating you? Maybe, yeah, sure. That's how I feel about myself. You get me? When you squeeze an orange, you know, what do you get? You get cranberry juice, or do you get orange juice? It's like when you squeeze a person, you get anger, or do you get happiness? When you squeeze a person, you get what's inside of them. Character! But it's just magical. You know, life is a beautiful, magical place. Like, we are all our own universe. Like, we are each our own dimension. We each have our own, we're all different. Everybody's different. You know what I mean? Nobody's the same. Everybody that you meet is going to be a different person. That's so amazing. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's a new experience. It's just like, wow. Wow. You know what I mean? That's so beautiful, right? Everybody's a new experience. And everybody's their own version of a universe. That's something just special. That's magical. And I say that because we all have different likes, and at the end of the day, we're all living in our own bubble. Maybe we're gossipers, and maybe we focus on other people's business. I encourage that not. There's a wise man that said, to each his own. I believe that was a Gary Vaynerchuk. But anything's possible. Make sure you're making your dream come true. That is your responsibility. You're alive, then why not be happy and create the life that you want? No limitations, because at the end of the day, you really want to think and say, what if? What if? That's a bad feeling, man. I'm young. I'm 19 years old. I haven't had big moments of regret, but I always ask people for wisdom. I always ask older people, you know, people I don't know. I'm like, hey, man, can you give me the best piece of advice that you possibly can? I've gotten some good stuff. I've gotten some really good advice. You know, I have my neighbor. He's always so inspiring. He's like a father figure. He's always giving me wisdom. That's so kind of him. And it's just, you know, time is not forever. And the friends that you have might be holding you back. You know, at the end of the day, you know, it's just us. It's just us. It's just you and I. At the end of the day, that's all there is. You and I. In fact, it's usually self. You know, where we're at and everything. You know, maybe we're going to be lucky enough to have some family, but at the very end of the day, when we go to sleep, maybe we go to sleep with a spouse. You know, but I mean internally, inside our soul, it's us. And that's all we really have at the end of the day. We can create anything, we can do anything. But let's make sure we don't get compromised. We all have genius and something special inside of us. I'm like this because I want to empower you to take action. I want you to chase your dream, okay? If the world would chase their dreams, the world would experience true bliss and happiness. More people would care about each other. And if more people had like certain character traits, like as simple as chasing their dream and having love in their heart, nothing else, only those two. Get me? Like, this world would be a different place. It's magical and it's wonderful and it's beautiful the way it is now. Yes, it's not perfect, but that's why we're improving it, correct? Be the change you want to see in the world. Gandhi said, or said by Gandhi. You know, and just be that change. You know, make it happen. You know, shoot a video. Get out there and do something. There's room for everybody. There's room for everybody. You know, your neighbor, just your best friend, anybody can make it. But, you know, you have to know yourself, you know, what you love, you know, and just all that. I'm still making it myself, you get me? I shouldn't be in a place, you know, to be like, hey, do this. And I'm not trying to make you do anything. The only thing I'm trying to say is, I'm 19 years old, I'm chasing my dream, and I've never been happier in my life. And my dream is to make other people make their dreams come true. Okay? And that's pretty much it. We're gonna die one day. We're not gonna be here forever. Find somebody that's credible, that's accomplished massive success, and study them. Somebody that you like a lot. Maybe Gary Vaynerchuk, Grant Cardone. I like Napoleon Hill a lot. Napoleon Hill is my favorite. He's he opened doors, and he's opened up my mind. You know, from the golden rule and treating other people the way we want, to learning how to really be effective in business, down to thinking, planning, strategizing, executing, and being able to get your way in life by working extra hard, by using enthusiasm, by caring about others, by having a definite purpose, making that your main objective and your goal, and taking action towards that. You know, just all of that. That guy's made a big impact on me, real big. I'm gonna get off this. I don't want to take your time, but I hope you enjoyed this video. Get me? I'm pretty sure you already did it, but I'm gonna tell you again just in case. Hit a thumbs up. Share this. All right? You're gonna want to share. You're gonna want to send this to a friend. You're gonna want it. The intention behind this has so much pure, just godlike love, you know, and just just positivity that this is something that a person would be able to consume and really take massive action and take action, do it now, you know, and really be able to improve a situation and where they're at by having them getting a spark and going on that. And this will be the gasoline to everything, and creating a fire of positivity, emotion, and just a drive for your own version of success. Doesn't have to be money, although I do encourage it. I'm still building mine, but I do encourage it. Everybody should be wealthy, but your own version of that. 6 figures, 8 figures, 9 figures. That's up to you. Now, that's up to you. That's all on you. That's all on you. Only thing that I can tell you is chase your dream and have love in your heart. Some good sources would be Earl Nightingale. You know, my favorite tape has become We Become What We Think About. That tape it's a blessing from the gods. That's how highly I think about it. And I'm a very religious man. I do believe in God. You know, I have true faith in him. It's to the point where I have blind faith in him, but I always make my plans. You get me? So I can be successful. But I have blind faith. Make your dreams come true. We have one life, you know. Napoleon Hill is another great one. Grant Cardone, Gary Vaynerchuk. Anthony Robbins, you know, Albert Einstein, Thomas Alva Edison, Henry Ford, John D. Rockefeller, Andrew Carnegie. I was 16 years old probably. I was 16 years old, 16 or 17 years old, and I was calling Fortune 500 companies. I was doing that actually. I was calling Fortune 500 companies, and I got through the door of Northern Western Mutual. And that interview changed my life. I sat down with a really, really smart and beautiful, just intelligent woman that had nothing but empathy and wanted success for me in my future. And she did so much for me. She sat down and she took her time to sit with me. And back then I didn't speak the way I do now. I walked different, I talked different. I had like a dress shirt on and something, but you know, but it was different. And when I sat with her, I had a folder, and she told me, "What do you know about the company?" I told her the company, originally when it was built, they paid like their first claim while they weren't profitable. So they kept their word, and they slowly built Northern Western Mutual. And sitting down, she told me to look up the men who built America. And that piece of just information that's on YouTube for free really got me to think big, and it really introduced me into who I was, or at least into who I aspired to be like in my own way. And it really got me thinking big. And I had seen The Secret before that, and she also told me to look into, what was this gentleman's name? It was a famous writer. He was friends with Ralph Waldo Emerson. Dang, I don't remember. Doesn't matter. That piece of literature changed my life, because eventually it led me to Napoleon Hill. Now, when I was studying Napoleon, I was a bit skeptical, because I was new in this field. But I learned on Audible. God bless the people who created Audible. They changed my life. They had this audio tape, and it was an interview between Andrew Carnegie and Napoleon Hill, and it was a real interview. It was unedited. Different voices, but the writings were unedited. And Andrew Carnegie shared everything that he knew about success. Everything. And I just started learning more and more and more. And it's a process. You know, success is a process. Your mind changing is a process. It doesn't happen overnight. Like, I mean, it does happen overnight because you wake up one day and everything just clicks. But, I mean, it doesn't literally happen overnight. You know what I mean? Like, you don't build something that took you 15 years in one day. It took you 15 years. Share this. Bye-bye. NAZWorld. Thank you. Thank you a lot.